Have you ever found yourself at a crossroads wondering, should I prepare for the judiciary or the UPSC? Which one is tougher? Which one's right for me? And most importantly, what actually is worth my time, effort and peace of mind? You're not alone. Thousands of aspirants every single year ask the same question. Their anxiety isn't just about exams, it's about life decisions. It's about time, stability, social respect, and a deeper fear. What if I choose the wrong path? So, in this video, we are diving deep. No cliches, no vague motivations, just real talk. Practical comparisons, emotional truths, inspiring stories, and legal relevance, all packed into one honest guide. If you're ready to make an informed decision, let's begin. Let's start with the mental toll because both exams are not just tests of knowledge, they test your identity. UPSC, the Civil Services Examination, is often glorified as the mother of all exams. Lakhs of candidates apply and only a handful crack it. But the journey, it's long, sometimes lonely, and incredibly uncertain. Judiciary, the PCS-J or state level judicial services exams are no less demanding. You are expected to think like a judge even before you become one. Precision, legal interpretation, and the burden of justice hang over you. An aspirant once told me, I studied for UPSC and felt like a generalist trying to hold the universe in my hand. Then I shifted to judiciary and felt like I was carrying the constitution on my shoulders. Which is harder? That depends. Are you the someone who thrives in width or depth? Exam structure and preparation strategy. Let's talk specifics. UPSC CSE has three stages: prelims, mains and interview. General studies dominates with subjects from polity and economics to ethics and international affairs. One wrong take in prelims and you're out. Judiciary examinations, on the other hand, vary by state but typically include prelims, MCQs, mains, detailed legal papers, and a viva voce. You will be tested on procedural laws like CRPC, CPC, IPC, Evidence Act, and local acts. Your depth of law is everything. Here's a practical tip. If you have a strong legal background and love dissecting judgments, judiciary may suit you better. If you enjoy current affairs, policy thinking, and national level impact, UPSC might be your path. And remember, case laws is your friend in judiciary. Ever heard of DK Basu versus State of West Bengal, a case in 1997? That landmark case not only defined rights against custodial torture but is a staple in judicial exams. In UPSC, you might study it for human rights or police reforms. In judiciary, you might analyze its application. So, same judgment, different expectations. Time commitment and attempt strategy. Here's a harsh truth. Both exams can consume years of your life. UPSC allows 6 attempts for general category candidates till the age of 32. It's more lenient for reserved categories. But each attempt can take 1 to 2 years of serious prep. Judiciary is state specific. You may apply in multiple states, but language papers like Hindi in UP or Marathi in Maharashtra act as barriers. Age limits vary. Some go up to 35, some 40. Here's a practical advice. Start with a backward calendar. See how many years you can invest. If your age is 28 plus and you're new to general studies, UPSC might be a risk. If you have already studied law in depth, judiciary might give you faster returns. One aspirant shared, I gave 3 UPSC attempts, didn't clear mains, switched to judiciary and cracked Bihar in my first attempt. Turns out I was built for focused depth, not wide memorization. This isn't about failure, it's about alignment, work-life balance and long-term impact. Now, let's fast forward. Suppose you clear either exam. What does life look like? A civil servant, IAS, IPS, IFS, hold immense power. But the political pressure, frequent transfers, and bureaucratic red tape can drain you. Burnout is real. A judicial officer, on the other hand, enjoys constitutional independence. As a civil judge or magistrate, you make decisions daily that impact real people. And the emotional burden of justice, pendency, and lack of administrative help can frustrate you. A case in point is Justice Karnan case of 2017. A sitting High Court judge was jailed for contempt. Why? Because when the judiciary is internal, accountability is murky. When you wear the robe, you bear the isolation too. Ask yourself, do you want to manage systems or deliver justice? Let's break it down in plain English. If you are thinking about UPSC, you will be studying a wide range of topics from history, geography and economics to essays and current affairs. It's broad and diverse. The judiciary exam, on the other hand, is laser focused on the law, Indian Penal Code, Constitution, procedural law like CRPC and CPC, and often local state laws too. UPSC is a national level exam. You're competing with lakhs of aspirants across the country. But judiciary exams are state specific. You apply and compete within a particular state, and each one has its own syllabus and language requirements. That's another difference. UPSC rarely has language barrier, but judiciary often requires you to write at least one paper in the local language like Hindi in UP, Marathi in Maharashtra or regional scripts in southern states. UPSC gives you a fixed number of attempts. For example, general category candidates get 6 chances. Judiciary exams, however, are a bit more flexible. You can appear in different states multiple times, which gives you more opportunities overall. Career-wise, the roles are very different. UPSC leads you to become an administrator like an IAS or IPS officer. You are implementing policies, running departments and managing crises. In contrast, the judiciary makes you an adjudicator, a judge who interprets law and delivers justice in individual cases. Also, the level of political interaction differs. Bureaucrats often work closely with politicians, which can bring both opportunities and challenges. Judges, however, are more insulated from political influence in their daily roles. And finally, work-life balance. Neither is easy, but generally speaking, judiciary tends to offer slightly more structured working hours, especially once you're in court. UPSC jobs can be far more unpredictable, especially during elections, emergencies, or policy deadlines. But here's something important I want you to take in. All of these comparisons, they help, but they still don't give you the answer, because the real question is not which exam is tougher. The real question is, what kind of life do I want? Do you want to debate global strategy, influence policy and manage governance? That's UPSC. Or do you want to apply the constitution, decide between right and wrong and bring justice to a single person sitting in front of you? That's judiciary. Both are noble, both are challenging, but they vary different kinds of responsibility. So, before you open a book or pick a coaching center, take a quiet moment. Sit with yourself and ask, do I enjoy the big picture or the fine print? Do I want to lead systems or safeguard justice? Am I driven by impact or by fairness? The truth is, self-awareness is your best strategy. Before you prepare for an exam, prepare yourself. Because When you truly know who you are, the choice becomes a lot clearer and success becomes a lot more likely. In the end, both UPSC and judiciary are not exams, they are identities. One makes you a civil servant, the other a judge. But both demand sacrifice, courage, and a decision rooted in self-awareness. So, here's your challenge today. No books, no mock tests. Just sit quietly for 10 minutes. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? And why? When you find that answer, no exam will feel impossible. If this video helped you reflect or gave you clarity, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more grounded, honest guides like this. And hey, check out my full playlist on law and life decisions. It's right here in the description below. Drop your doubts in the comments and I'll personally respond. Your journey deserves to be heard. Take care. Bye.